Hello, everybody. My name is Linde Fife, and I'll be your host today, tonight, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're joining us all across the world. I'm just assuming there'll be people in Australia joining us. We reach to different boundaries. Tonight, this evening, as I said, I'm going to be interviewing the National Youth Board of the New Testament Church of God. But just before we get into you know, the depths of it, Reverend Marcel can only be with us for a few minutes, so I'm just going to direct some questions, one or two questions. He wants one, maybe two, to him with regards to the online national convention that we had. So, one question for you, Reverend Marcel. Thank you for joining us in your lovely cap, like the beard, like the moustache. I just wanted to find out from you just a few points. Um, how did you find organizing and heading the youth board throughout this time where we had the national youth convention online? How did you find all of that and the process that we had to go through?
Yeah, good evening. Hi, Linda. Um, yeah, thanks for having me on. Really, it was straightforward. The thing is with this youth board is that what a lot of people don't see is the stuff that they do in the background. But this convention gave the rest of the church or those who don't know them the opportunity to see what they do. These are highly skilled, driven, motivated individuals who don't need any great big push to do what they do. They serve. They're servant leaders, and this was just an opportunity for uh, the rest of the church to see what they do all the time. This wasn't a one-off. This wasn't because it was our first online, national online convention
Yeah.
that they decided to just pull together and they do this all the time. For everything that we do, they're in the background, making things happen. So this wasn't difficult at all. In fact, I will tell you, this was an opportunity, I'd say, for them to just flow, to just spread their wings and just kind of just flow with the current. Zero restrictions on, just an opportunity to let, whatever God was pouring into them just be poured out. So that wasn't difficult at all.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for that, sir. And I'll let you off and give you another question because I know you have to go. So thank you for being with us with your hat, with your beard. It's coming on nice, actually. Uh, well, thank you so much for answering that question. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna ask, just quickly. We're just gonna go and around the room and just ask each person to introduce themselves. I know everybody's kind of like, one day, is it me? Is it gonna be me first? Me first? And because she's looking around from side to side, I have to pick on Carolyn. She knew. So please just introduce yourself. So your name, what you do on the board, and just a fun fact. What's your favorite type of food?
Oh, God. How could you ask that question? Okay, actually, I'm going to start with fun facts. Let's get the priorities right. So, I love food. Anyone who knows me knows I love food. I love to eat it. I love to cook it. I love to go to restaurants and wait for it. I just love the whole entire ministry. My favorite meat is lamb. Now behold the Lamb of God. I keep talking about this because I know that our supreme sovereign God knew that the best meat, it was lamb, because we don't say now behold the chicken of God, the beef of God, the fish of God. We don't refer to any other food piece because the best is the lamb. And do you know what? If you've got a problem with that, it's because you've just never eaten lamb really well. And even if you're vegan, vegetarian, it doesn't matter what your preference is. I'm telling you, lamb is the one. Okay, so that's the priority. The formality, my name is Carolyn Henry, absolutely excited to be on the Zoom with you all. I am a member of the National Youth Board. One of the things that I am responsible for is leading the National Youth Mass Choir by the name of Front Line. Yeah, this actually doesn't exist. I'm just creating it. Front Line. Love it. And in the National Youth Convention that we did, we had an amazing track. If you haven't yet seen it, go and check it out. It's called Love Flip. It's a flip on Love, the song written by Kirk, and we kind of added small lyrics there. It's an absolute jam. Try and put it in the chat. It might come up as a link in the YouTube chat. Yeah, so that's like my main responsibility. But in addition to that, I'm a board member, so we talk together, we strategize, we plan. I'm a part of the team. So yeah, that's me really.
Awesome. Just before I go on, I'm just going to say goodbye to Reverend Marcel. He has to leave because he has a family function to go to. So, sir, all the best, safe travels, and thank you for joining us. He even did the peace out sign.
Respect. Take care, yeah?
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Take care. So, to those who are left, nice to have you. We're going to go just according to whoever's on my screen. So we're gonna go to Lorraine. So your name, I already introduced your name. So your name, what you do on the board, and your favorite food. I don't know how you're gonna follow up from Carolyn. I learned from Adrian. Carolyn, because you're Lynn. Okay, so
God bless you, Linday. The Lord is with you.
You know, the Lord is still on the throne. He still reigns. So over to you, Lorraine. Your name, what you do on the board, and your favorite food.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Lorraine Giles, and I'm the National Children's Coordinator on the National Youth Board. Yeah, children are my heartbeat, always have been. Yeah, we love children's ministry. We got it all going on there. Yeah, my favorite food. You're going to be a bit shocked. I'm not really a lover of food. I could take it or leave it. So if I was to have a favorite food, I suppose like Carolyn, it would be roast lamb. But yeah.
I'm not really a lover of food. We'll come on to that.
I can take it or leave it. I haven't got a huge appetite. I never have. I can have a piece of toast in the morning, go all day, and not even really think about it. Wow. I'm not one. I always say, I've got this saying, I've only got a kitchen because it came with a house.
Lord of mercy. Oh my Lord.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
So I'm like, can't cook, don't cook, won't cook me. I'm probably a takeaway queen more than anything. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Do you know what? I think what I got from that is that, guys, Lorraine survives of prayer and praise, right?
Amen. Amen.
No. But don't worry, Lorraine. I like that saying.
It baffles me how people love food so much. Like,
oh
dear.
Maybe because we need it to live.
I just want to say I'm actually offended right now. But
I know. I feel attacked.
Man shall not live by bread alone, but every word
that proceeds from the mouth
of God.
That is true. That is the word. However,
I find myself very healthy because of it. I'm very healthy because of it.
And you look good. Good.
Amen. I'm like Daniel, see? Just give me the fruit and I'm okay.
That's gonna say okay, we're moving on. Can I just say I didn't expect this to take yeah. But next we have Shakira. So your name, even I just said it, but you can probably say it better than me, maybe with an accent at the end. Shakira, so what you do on the board, and also, your favorite food. You do like food, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do like food. Yeah,
awesome.
definitely love food. So my name's Shakina. Shakina. Wow, I can't even pronounce my name. My name is Shakina.
Do I need to say everyone's names before
I think that was
before
in
we?
Spanish, wasn't it,
Do we need
Shakina?
to do this again? Okay, so your name is Shakina.
So take it from the top. Hi everyone, I am Shakina. I serve on the National Youth Board. I serve alongside Lorraine with the National Children's Ministry and also coordinate the National Children's Choir. And as Carolyn says, you know, we're all involved in all of the planning, strategy, everything else that happens. In terms of food, I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean,
No, we're not accepting that.
no, but I'm thinking. So
Mm-mm.
if we went for a type of food, I like Spanish food, Hispanic food, and I like Chinese food. My preference. And anything with barbecue sauce, you can't really go wrong with you know, barbecue pork ribs, barbecue spare ribs, barbecue chicken. Yeah, pretty much.
Barbecue lamb, because
No,
Carolyn, do you barbecue lamb?
none of them business. It's all right, but like chicken rocks, I have to say.
Do
So
anything
chicken.
with lamb. Just
No, duck is good meat. I prefer duck over lamb. Lamb is like the beef is the bottom, and then lamb is probably just above, or pork's just above. Then no, lamb's definitely just above beef. Sorry guys, yeah, lamb's not the one for me.
I think Carolyn is quite offended by that, but we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. So next we have. All right, you know him from the days where he directed the choir from the back of the auditorium. I'm only saying that because I had to hold a note while he was there. And I'm like, don't do that, please don't do that. Okay, most of us took breaths. Most of us stopped singing, but the only John Ankle. So your name, sir, what you do on the board, and your favorite food. And John, I'm looking for your favorite food because I know you throw down in the kitchen.
Okay, so just in case you don't know me, been living under a rock for the last 40 years, my name is John Ankle. I serve on the National Youth Board, formerly National Mass Choir Director. I am now just Brother John. I don't even serve in my district as youth board, as a youth director anymore. I've not walked away, but I have stepped down from all of that. But I work with the team, delivering convention and delivering other programs. Favorite food. So unlike Lorraine, I like lots of different things. Lamb, Carolyn, yeah. Lamb is probably my second favorite. It is the thing that I have, if I go out to eat, I will choose lamb from the menu. But my absolute top is oxtail with rice and peas.
Yes,
That is my absolute
gravy.
favorite. Oxtail with rice and peas. I actually have some in the fridge right now, and I'm tempted to just, because I'm sitting in my kitchen, hence the background, and I'm quite tempted to just nip into the fridge and just, and so you might hear the microwave whirring in a minute, but hey, yeah. So oxtail and rice and peas, and then lamb comes a very close second.
So can I just jump in here, because I do believe we need to make mention of John's hair.
Oh,
Carolyn, see, you're already playing up. You're already playing up. I thought I would play up. I thought I would play up.
With it locks.
Listen, last time people saw him, it was hats.
Do you know what? We'll get to John's outfit changes in a little bit, because we'll hair and makeup. No, stop it.
Hair and makeup. They're waiting outside. Trust me.
Stop it, Linday. But John chose oxtail. Usually the bit on the menu that the Jamaican shop owners say, "When I have that." So I don't know how you got oxtail. For
I buy it and cook it myself, my brother.
Oh, you see, the anointed hands. You just went in there and you just ministered to the pot. You just
yes
ministered. So we're moving swiftly on. Now I have to give a big shout out because, you know, personally I'm biased. She's from my church. You know, we're gonna go to Donna Brown. Donna Brown. So she brings the. Can I just say, guys, please put some fire emojis or some reactions for the her. We see you. No. We see you with the and the earrings as well.
Okay, let me just, so your name, please, your name, what you do on the board, your responsibilities, and also your favorite food. Go on, Donna Brown.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Donna Brown. Do you want my middle name? No, we'll leave the middle name. We don't want
Now we have to do the middle name now, because they didn't know you had a middle name. They didn't know.
They didn't know.
They didn't know.
They
You're gonna bless them with the middle name?
Know me by Donna May. Hi. Yes, so on the youth board, I guess I do a bit of everything right now. So I'm just a board member, not just, but I'm a board member, part of the team. And my favourite food has to be, drum roll, seasoned food. Seasoned food, anything seasoned. I'm a bit, yeah. People are like, what? But yeah, it's got to be seasoned. None of this washed chicken and sprinkle a bit of salt. Must be seasoned, and I'm there. I'm fine. As you know, I'm a bit of a vegan as well, so I do love my vegan food, but I do dabble with a bit of meat now and then. So like a bit of curry goat. Love a kale. Love some chicken, but yeah, like I said, I am plant-based.
Vegan at the weekend, yeah?
So what I do, put the veg first and then the meat on top. I'm plant-based.
Rooted and grounded, yes.
Rooted and grounded.
Yes, Donna.
Listen,
I can't put me in no box. I'm
listen,
plant-based.
listen. I didn't have to think that I'd come on here and make sure that people behave themselves. But Donna just outed herself as a how do you say it? A vegan who does not follow the rules of veganism. Donna has backslided from the rules of veganism, but yet claims to be in the fellowship. I'm joking. Listen. We'll come on to that, because I just can't. I really just can't. I can't.
Just like you put the Lord to just say, but just accept what I said, Linda.
Oh, we love Donna. That's why we love John.
Linda.
We will address John. We will address John in a minute. John, you are pushing me.
What is happening?
What is he said?
We're moving on. Oh
yes, put on that.
Yes.
Don't put the hat too far. Don't put the hat too far. But I just want to. Jonathan Muggy said plant-based, but listed all the animals on the ark. It's too early. It's too early. I mean, it's too early. It's too early. Well, next we have Linford George. So Linford, what do you do on the board? What's your favorite food? And can I just say, Linford, what's that you have on your face? Could I just? Oh wow! What's that, Linford? Just out of interest.
I'm glad you asked, sir. This is my limited edition I Must Breathe Young Levites face mask, which, by the way, it's a legal requirement for all of you to wear a mask if you go to the shops, as from Friday the 24th of July. So, if you want to support your church and, keep legal, go to younglevites.com and you can purchase You Must Breathe.
I'm in Wales. Don't apply.
Oh. Wow. Whoa. Okay.
Okay. Everyone else, please support the cause. Buy a mask.
Lorraine, buy it for someone who it does apply to. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Lorraine, I'm in Wales. It doesn't apply. Okay.
Well, between Lorraine and imaginary vegan Donna, you're killing me.
Donna backslided from the veganism thing.
Wow.
I don't think you're
plant-based, yeah.
But, yeah, I'm like Donna. I'm a vegan, and then I have my meat straight after as well. It doesn't count. But I eat. My name's Linford. I am kind of working with the children and the children's choir, and generally helping out wherever I can on the board. Favorite food, I'm one of those people who kind of likes everything. There's not really any food that I don't dislike. So I remember when I went to Malawi with Shakina and Nathan Hutchinson and the squad, and there's traditional food that and it's rude not to eat what's on your plate. Yeah, So what they put it in a big bowl in the middle and they just dump the seema in the middle of the table and expect it to be eaten. So what these guys did, they would like take a tiny little bit and they kind of end up dumping the big bit on my plate and be like, oh, it's all right, Linford will eat it. And yeah, so I was known as the dustbin. As I get a bit older, my metabolism can't handle it the same way it used to. But generally, I like everything. Food is cool. But if I had to choose one traditional West Indian dish, it would be oxtail. It would be oxtail. I'm sorry.
Oxtail Ministries.
Come on, Linford.
Yeah, it's oxtail. Fight me. Mutton don't compare. It's oxtail. Just, yeah.
Mutton's definitely better. I just had to say that. Sorry.
The devil is a liar.
Listen. It is too early. It's not even 8 yet. And here we are. You know what? This is why the church can't grow. This is why the church will grow. Church will grow. You know, so we've had Carolyn, we've had Shakina. Did I pronounce that right, Shakina? Or did you want to change your name midstream? Did you? No, you're a mute, Shakina.
You got it right. Go with what you said, not what I said. I need to sleep.
Yes. Spirit is right. We've had Linford. We've had John Uncle. John, we're gonna come to you as well. We're gonna come to you. There's some things I need to ask you that pertains only to you. We need to sort out. We need to get to the root. We've had Donna Brown with her. And now we're just gonna come to Naomi. You know, I'm not even gonna say your last name. Yes, I am. Sterling. Running joke. So Naomi, your name, what you do on the youth board, and your favorite food.
So I am Naomi Sterling. It doesn't need that intonation, but
I think it does actually. I
will come for you, Linford, and fight because oxtail, I will say with my chest, nope, it's about curry mutton. But my actual favorite food is Thai food. Yeah, I'll say Thai food.
The whole of the Thai food thing, the whole menu, the whole selection.
Food, green
indecision. What was that?
Seafood green curry, yeah, and sticky coconut rice. Plain simple, you know, but it tastes good. And what do I do on the youth board? Work very closely with the Young Levites team, so I'm that point of liaison, and more so now moving into like this, helping with the strategy mind.
Somebody say strategy.
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 Touch your neighbor.
Social
distancing.
Sorry,
I can't.
I want to know what comes up. When you type in Sterling on iPhone, see what emoji comes up. Do I dare say people put the emoji in the chat? Anyway, that's on YouTube. Sorry.
Okay.
Well.
Money.
That's good. We know who's going to be paying for next year's stuff. You know, we'll just come straight to you, Naomi.
Can I just say something, Naomi? It's really good that you make that point. I just want to take this time out to just make an appeal. See, I have a charity that many don't know about. It's called Linda's Pocket. Now we have locations and offices in top pocket, coat pocket, blazer pocket, trouser pocket, back trouser pocket. So you can feel free to donate to any one of those.
I don't know about the back trouser pocket, Linda. I think she needs to feel free to donate in the back trouser pocket.
And the eye socket.
Wire transfer.
Eye socket.
Eye socket.
Lorraine.
I'm from another part of the country. I'm from Wales.
No. You already did the Welsh thing with the mask. You don't have to wear your mask. That's okay. But what
is going on?
I love Lorraine. Okay. Thank you so much. With I'm trying to be serious. Thank you so much for introducing yourselves to everyone. I hope that for those watching on YouTube, the personalities in this room varies. I now find myself being the headmaster because keeping Donna, keeping Naomi, keeping Lorraine, keeping John, keeping Carolyn.
Good.
No, John, no, John. See, I was gonna let it slide, but we're gonna come to you. Don't worry.
Linda,
Don't
can
worry,
I say
John.
something?
Go ahead,
Welcome to
Naomi.
the board. This is it,
I wonder how your meetings go. Does it all does it
I
is it
think it's
just
a bit like this,
Just like
actually.
this.
Very much like
Pretty much like this. With some
no
food.
not for real? How do your youth board meetings go?
we
For
have
real.
an agenda. We stick to the agenda.
Yeah.
They're very professional, actually.
Yeah.
The way I don't know if you believe what you say. We have an agenda. We stick
We
to the
do.
agenda.
We do.
Very professional, actually.
Yeah.
Is that before
If
or
you
after you
if
fight about
Donna
the?
want us to be quiet, if you want us to be quiet, you could say it in Welsh. Dim siarad o sgwelig yn dda.
That's right, Lorraine.
Woo! Helen.
Hallelujah.
And we have to wait for the
Feel
interpretation.
God.
Here's the thing. I don't know how many people thought she was speaking in tongues. That was Welsh people. That was Welsh. It is not an unknown tongue. It is Welsh.
That's right.
It is known. But so the reason for this live, you've joined. I don't want to say Crazy House because this is crazy. But the reason for this live is, we're gonna speak to the youth board. I'm gonna speak to the youth board. You can pop questions down in the comment section. And we'll ask them. But I've got some questions. Just gonna speak to them and get some insight into how things were made, what challenges, what successes. John's outfit changes, John's hair, John's outfit changes, John's hair, and John's outfit changes and hair. We're gonna come to that, but it's all to provide some insight and some background knowledge to know what it took to make your youth convention, our youth convention, happen online. So first things first, I want to go to he's not expecting me. Linford. So I'm gonna ask you this. Why did you want to do convention online? Because everybody was getting ready to go to Bethel. I would have had to make almost a 2-hour trip to Bethel. I don't mind it. I got sat nav, I got air conditioning. It's good. Cruise control, great.
Mhm.
But why convention online? Because the coronavirus hit, everything was shut off, everything was just stopped. Why convention online?
Well, Linda, I'm glad you asked. We really felt that what God had laid on our hearts, the theme of Genesis, where are you, going back to the beginning. God really, we had a board meeting, and we just, the Spirit of God really moved in our prayer time, and God kind of gave a prophetic word to turn over our agendas and just to lay all of our plans before Him. I think this was when was this? Is this end of last year? End of
January meeting.
January meeting. Wow.
Okay.
It feels like 2 years ago. But and God's presence just like fell in the room very heavy, and God started giving us prophetic words, and we literally had sheets of paper in front of us with the agenda for the session.
Yeah, I thought it was last year.
That was last year.
That was last
Yeah,
year.
that must be last year.
That was last year.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Shakita. But
You've been getting lashed in every single board meeting. That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah, and we literally had our agendas in front of us on piece of
Yes,
paper,
this.
and the Spirit of God said we should turn over our agenda and lay it before Him, and then we would just like saying, God, what do you want? And we were just coming out. God was speaking. We were writing it down. Just what are you doing? What are you saying? So we had this theme based out of that, and it was just a strong unction of what God was saying. And so Rona came along. But God said no. We felt that what God had put on our hearts still had to come out, and it was an opportunity to do something different. And many people may have gone online, but as a church we haven't. And it was an opportunity to, see God's good come out, and God turned it for good. What the enemy meant for evil, God turned it for good, and we were able to do something we've not done before as a church, take a step into a new territory. And I'm just really thankful to God for allowing us to do it, and I'm really excited about what's coming next.
What's coming next? You see, you're going ahead of schedule there, Linford.
Oh, glory!
Going ahead of
Sorry.
schedule there.
Let me mute
But,
myself.
I wanted to ask that question, but there, touch your neighbor and say there is a next. There isn't. No, we're not. We're not. We're not.
There is a next.
There is a next in the. Yeah,
There is
but
a next.
in fact, I'm actually wearing a neck. No advertisements. I just want to make mention of Phil Gray. He isn't able to be here at the moment. He's currently, busy. He had something to do with his family, so he's okay. He's great. Phil is great. We love Phil, but he couldn't be here today. But he just sends his apologies. He really wanted to. It would have been great to have him, but sadly, it sounds so sad. Phil is okay. He just couldn't be on this live.
Yeah.
Couldn't be on this live.
We don't want to hashtag pray for Phil.
We don't want to. we don't want to do that. But it's amazing. See, one of the things that I like, and I think it's very evident to me and hopefully you watching in your homes and on your phones and tablets, whatever you're doing, that even though this board is, I was going to say a little crazy, a lot crazy. No, really, a lot crazy. Within the first 30 minutes of being on here, I just ascertained, yeah, this is not going to be. Naomi, stop drinking your tea. We saw that. No. You took a sip. You took a sip.
Yeah, I took a sip because I needed to, quench my thirst.
Well, go to the well that never runs dry.
Glory.
I'm muting myself.
No, but what I like is that there's so many different personalities, fun personalities, but you do make an effort, and it's really, really important to make God the center of whatever decisions that are being taken. So, myself as a millennial in our church that comes under your direction, I can rest easy to say that, okay, yeah, you know what you're doing. You're seeking God. You're on point with that. Carolyn, you have a very, very passionate view on your few choices. I can just say it. It's just yeah. Bless you.
Ministry, Linda. It's ministry.
It's ministry.
I'm telling you, it's ministry. If you take your time and observe what Jesus did, a lot of things happened around food. A lot of things did happen around food.
Carolyn brought our Lord and Savior into this.
Are you saying?
Are you saying? Do you think? What do you think? He is a center. Do you think Jesus could have a cooking show? I mean, the loaves and the fishes. Just saying.
Jesus could last us all day.
Hilarious. I love it.
He could. And to be honest, that is the best cook on the planet who's ever touched the planet.
Master Chef. That's what I hear.
The master chef, because he was in the beginning.
Come on.
He was in the beginning. He knew every fragment of each animal and plant, Donna. He knows how the ministry of food should be executed. I'm just saying. I'm just going to leave it right there.
Yeah, and he did fry the fish for the disciples as well, innit? So,
He did.
Hey. The Bible showed Jesus cooking.
Yeah. By the beach. Before Little Ochi, before all these places.
Wait.
Beach, you had beach by the beach, man.
There was a menu? I don't... There was a menu?
What, by the beach?
Yeah.
I don't think you know about how God says that.
There's other things on the menu.
Jesus is the living word. He is the menu. I am the well that will never run dry.
Oh, God.
He is the menu. He's the menu.
I thought I was the one that's going to be acting up tonight, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. One thing I want to do. So we talked about why we decided to do convention online because a lot of people book their holiday in or their premiere in or whatever hotel that you book. But we spoke about that. One thing I want to do right now, I just want to get into it from now because I don't want to miss it. John.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Ankle. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sir. How are you?
That's good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing well, thank you. So I just want to, take my time here at this junction in the road.
Take your time, preacher.
This time that the Lord has made, and we're gonna rejoice and be glad in this time that He has made and afforded us to be in and to inhabit. I don't know what I'm saying. But John,
Yes.
the Saturday section of convention, online convention,
Yes.
you were wearing a number of things. Now, John,
Was
could you take us through the outfits that you wore on the Saturday of National Online Convention? I remember a hat. I remember a shirt. I remember a shirt that was open. John, what was going on?
What was going on? You didn't expect me to present naked, did you?
Wait.
Now where's my tea?
Hang on.
Naomi, yeah.
Is it watershed yet?
I'm
Not
saying
quite.
it's 8:06.
Not quite. But we're a different youth department, so hey.
Clearly. So John, talk me through the outfits.
Talk you through the outfits. You know what? I can't even remember what I wore. I just knew that I had to put on clothes, innit?
All right, let's take me through the hat. So it wasn't necessarily Pharrell Williams, but it was.
Okay.
Okay, so we got the hat.
So was it that one?
I can't remember. Was it a white hat?
Or was it?
There's more.
Why it was Sunday, right?
This one was Sunday.
Okay, so that's the Al Capone hat.
Oh,
And
I
this
thought-
actually,
was that called
let me
white?
just confess from
You
now.
had a little hat.
This isn't
Yeah,
my
it was
hat. This
little,
is
innit?
Tristan's hat.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Tristan's
Whoa.
hat, not mine.
Tristan, I'm sorry, but you're.
So he
Your
was
father
my
did.
inspiration.
Wow.
But the hats, let me just confess now, the hats became a necessity. We had reached a point in lockdown.
No, we're getting there. I told you we were
There
going
was
there.
we had reached a point in lockdown
Take your
where
time.
it had been something like 2 months,
Take your
maybe
time,
2.5
John.
months,
Uh-huh.
that I had not been able to visit the establishment that looks after me in the hair department.
Uh-huh.
I was at the stage where I didn't know what to do with it, whether I should take a shaver to it or if I should grow it or plait it or something.
Can I just pause you there? This sounds like one of them old school church testimonies.
Well,
Saints, I didn't know.
I'm just trying to explain myself. So the only option I had, especially when I had to do the videos, the links and things that I was doing, was to cover it up. So the hats became my friend.
It was a cover-up.
It was a cover-up. It was a cover-up. Now, I'm old school. I'm old school in that one of my former pastors, he once declared, Church of God is a hat-wearing church. So I took that to heart. I know he wasn't talking about me, he was talking about the ladies, but hey, hats were there. And
you grabbed that word.
I grabbed that word.
Okay.
I took a hold of that word and I stood on that word. And I got me a hat or several. And they put me in good stead.
So that leads...
when the comb couldn't go through it, man.
John.
I wasn't used to having hair, seriously. I haven't had this much hair on my head for over 25 years.
Wow.
My hair was getting cut like once every 2-3 weeks.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, not seeing a razor, it wasn't working for me. So I had to do something, and the hats became my friend.
So that leads me to my second question. You know what, Carolyn? I saw you on mute. You can take this. You've got the anointing to do
I was just gonna say it looks good. That's all.
Yeah.
I actually think that this look suits John, and I'd love to see how much further it can progress.
Should we set up a challenge?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should we set up a challenge? Okay.
Yeah,
No, John. Don't be scared.
It could be a fundraising thing, actually.
This is a safe place.
Targets.
Yes, I could support the department.
We can get a ponytail. No, I can get a ponytail. Especially come wear the hat and a little ponytail.
That's right, Naomi. Shake your head. Shake your head, Naomi. It's not right. It's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right at all.
Not right. It's not right.
Man mustn't wear pale. No.
I'll make him a Welsh bonnet.
Is that as hot as a Scotch bonnet?
All right. We're moving. I have to give you credit for
It's
that.
got
I'll give
leeks
you
and
credit for that.
daffodils on it.
Guys,
Linda, sort this out, man. Sort out these people.
I just remembered. We came here to talk about convention. Now we're talking
Yes.
about convention, but I just wanted to clear that up because I don't know. That was really a question for me. I saw John in the outfit and the hats, and I was like, okay, there's something there. I don't know what, but there's something there. John, just as a favor, do you want to wear one of your hats throughout the throughout the live? Might get an endorsement or not, like, you know, we can see what we can do there.
This one still has the tag in it. This was a Father's Day present.
Amen. Okay, thank you, John. We appreciate the
How's
ministry. We appreciate the ministry.
So cover up the dreads, yeah.
I didn't say that, but you know, if the Lord is if that's no, Linda, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah, leave
it. No. We love the hair. We love the hats. We love the hats. So just something I want to ask. I just want to ask all of you, really, just in a few words. I just want to know, what was the biggest challenge that you had? Now, saying sleep and having no sleep is a cop out, because I know most of you probably had about 2 hours.
You know what? I think everyone needs to unmute and just share the deepness of the lack of sleep.
It was that bad?
It was. Because you're still working in it. So you're working 9 hours for your day job, and then convention doesn't start. And then in children's ministry, you've got people calling. I had people calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning asking me to talk.
No. The 2 o'clock in the morning thing, surely that's illegal. No. No.
The thing is, the way you got to perceive this is that we were pushing a baby out. We were literally pushing something out in a really short space of time that had to be excellent and also God-led, and also get on with all the other stuff we would do. Like it was the most stressful. It was extremely stressful.
I got grey hairs, literally June.
Yeah, so does I.
Grey hairs, it's ridiculous.
Shakira, and they look good.
Yeah.
Look good. See, you even got the yes of approval from Donna Brown, who has good hair. It looks good. sorry. Where my math? It looks good. It looks great. Fantastic. So I'm just gonna go. You just muted yourself. I'm gonna go with you first, Naomi. Challenges. What challenges did you have? You know, to deliver convention.
I'm literally looking at Carolyn like. I don't even know where. You know what? We were talking about this the other day, and it's true. It's kind of like it's just blanked out my memory. One of the times, pardon?
Trauma.
Trauma.
It was hard. Sorry, go on, Naomi.
Okay, first challenge was I was wait there. I'm gonna just there we go. So first challenge was that I wasn't at the first board meeting when it got discussed about online convention. I couldn't make that meeting.
Okay.
So I heard, we're going to do it online. Now, here's some tea. That was 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks out from I think actually this might have got mentioned. Yeah, Jermaine mentioned it on a previous live. But for those that weren't on the previous lives, we wanted to deliver it at the same time as when convention would usually be. Well, that's what was agreed. Now, I heard this information and I was like, huh, what? We can't do that. So first challenge was actually looking at what does convention look like online. And I literally was on a phone call with Carolyn for about 3 hours whilst working, in case anybody from work is watching. But no, it was like in the morning. So it was from like 8, was it?
Yeah, it was early morning.
And we went through the whole of what convention would usually be and how it would translate online. First challenge was, okay, now we've done this, how are we going to make it happen? Because it was just a lot of stuff. And this board has ideas for days. And it's kind of like, and we have so much passion, we're like, we want to get it done. And it's like, okay, how are we going to get past that hurdle?
Yeah.
My probably second challenge was actually the weekend of convention. I was speaking at my local church on this Sunday morning. And for those that
So
know
what's your local church, Naomi? What's the local church?
charisma.
Okay,
Charisma.
I know they like
charisma.
I just wanted to clear that up because
Thank
I
you.
have to admit, when I first heard of charisma, I was saying charisma. They have a lot of charisma there. The charismites.
Charisma.
Charisma.
No, it's charisma. It's charisma.
Okay.
Mm.
But yeah, and for those that know me, especially when it comes to speaking, I usually would you won't hear from me for about a week prior. But I didn't have that option because a week prior to that, I was doing convention and it was just a lot of things. And what I didn't actually share with the board was that for the whole of that weekend, I actually had a temperature. Like, I thought something was wrong. Well, it could have been COVID, but I was like, Lord, please don't let me COVID. It passed by the Tuesday, but I think it was just severe stress. To be honest, it just came out in a fever.
See, the thing is, this is why I'm asking about the challenges, because and I'm gonna come on to you, Lorraine, next. Let's take the children's session for instance. It was, I mean, what adjectives could I ascribe to amazing, wonderful, breathtaking? No, not breathtaking, but it was just I still have my breath. It was great.
Bendigedig. Bendigedig. That's an
that word.
Amen.
Adjective.
Yes.
It means fantastic. You want to try it? Say bendigedig.
Bendigedig.
Come on, all together, class.
Hey.
Bendigedig. Not a Bendigo.
A Bendigo.
Well, you know, I can't take too much of the credit because, most of the credit goes to Linford and Shakina because they were absolutely amazing. I did a lot of the recording and things like that because I was sort of like, doing stories for the kids and things like that. And that was very challenging because, stopping and starting. I always say I'm too blessed to be stressed. You will never find me stressed about anything, no matter what may come my way. I did wake up one morning to 1,500 WhatsApp messages from all the children's ministry workers and things like that. And there was like 1,500 WhatsApp messages. So I did the best thing I could do and I just pressed clear chat.
What was that, John?
I just pressed clear chat.
Clear chat.
Because I just thought if it's our agent, they can get back to me.
Clear the chat.
But yes, I mean, I can't take the credit because I have wonderful people working alongside me, Linford and Shane, and all the children's workers. And it was really them that did it. They helped put this thing together. And I was just sort of there and to support. And yeah, it was really one massive team effort.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
I wouldn't take the credit for anything because they were absolutely fantastic. Bendigedig.
Bendigo. Yes.
No, that's Shadrach and Meshach.
Oh yes. Benedict Cumberbatch. No. Okay. I'm playing. Do you know
Shadrach,
what?
Meshach, and Abednego.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. How do you pronounce it again? Let's for one more time for those at home.
Bendigedig.
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 You know that bit in Mali Music's song, "All the Glory Belongs to You"? It's like hallelujah. Yeah, it felt like that. So Lorraine mentioned about listen, I'm coming to you now just because of that. Lorraine mentioned about the 1,500 WhatsApp messages. I've never seen that that number on WhatsApp before. I don't know if anyone else has. I'm not that, you know, I'm not that out there. I'm lowly like that. But mention the challenges of going through the messages and everything. I wanted to know from you, I'm still sticking with the children's ministry, what was your, you know, best moment? Because we know it was challenging, but what was the best moment for you, Linford, in delivering Convention Online?
The best moment.
The best moment.
I think it was watching it back. So we'd put in all this blood, sweat, and tears in the background, lots of late nights, and then those late nights trying to like cover up the bags under your eyes, trying to record and not look like you're falling asleep. Trying to just remember what take you're on. Remember you got a meeting in the next hour and which meeting and what notes, and it was a lot. But then seeing it come together and then seeing everyone else working so hard, but then sitting on the Friday night and the presentation, the graphics came up, and then on the Saturday morning when the kids session started and actually watching it, it's like, wow, thank you, Jesus. Like it came together, and it just felt, there was just such a massive just sense of relief, just a sense of joy. And not that we'd done it, not just that we'd done it, but that I mean, it looked good, but it wasn't that it just looked good, that people were blessed and people were sending in messages saying, oh, the children's session was such a blessing. The choir frontline was such a blessing. The worship was amazing. And just seeing all of the disparate bits like come together and bam, and it just worked. And like God's grace on the project to make it all work was that feeling of watching it like unravel before your eyes, even knowing some of the bits are going to happen, but seeing it happen, it felt like seeing some of it for the first time, even though some of the videos for the kids ministry I'd seen like 20 times with 10 different versions, but like seeing it all come together, it was like seeing it for the first time, and like just so thankful to God that it worked and everyone's effort paid off. Amen. And people were being blessed by it. Like it was almost brought like Saturday, I think I might have said a tear during the Saturday, during the dance, the testimonies and the dance, like that literally got me emotional. It was just seeing everything come together, and yeah, that was amazing. Seeing the fulfillment and of all the hard work.
Great stuff, great stuff. Just before I go to the next person that I'm gonna yeah, we're friendly here. Just want to ask you on YouTube who are watching, share the live. This is an opportunity to participate in the ministry. No, I'm not gonna do that. Share the live, share it with your friends, share it with your neighbors. Share it with your neighbor's dog, share it with your neighbor's cousins, friends, associate. Share the live. There's going to be a lot of laughs. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be discussing that will be of benefit to you, just to show you the ins and outs and the background work that's gone into making our youth convention, our national youth convention online a success. Now, moving on, I just want to throw the same question out to people are expecting. First of all, I'm gonna throw it to Donna. But before you answer about your best moment of this, you know, this convention, I need you at some point, because I saw it on the convention, and I'm seeing it now. Who is your hair lady? I'm gonna help some people that need to level up. I need to help some people level up. Don't say Linda didn't do anything for you people. Donna is now going to reveal her hair lady.
Okay, she's coming. It's me. It was me. Yeah.
It was me. It was you. No. It's okay. It's okay. I recognize quality, and I will always, you know, plug quality. So do your thing. Do your thing. So your best moment. What was your best moment of convention?
My best moment, you know, just seeing the kids, actually, it was actually amazing. But seeing everything come together, just knowing how hard everyone else worked as well. You want to talk about my worst moment, we can get there. But seeing how everyone worked hard, it was quite emotional. It's quite inspiring for me, actually, just seeing how everyone got together, because all the background and all the messages, I saw all the messages, trying to get people to do this, sending the recordings on time. So I'm really proud of the team that I work with, actually. They are amazing. So big up yourselves.
Yeah. Big up.
And so I hang on, sorry, Linda.
She's not finished.
I also love the speak to the speakers on Saturday. I thought that was amazing, because that was going to happen anyway. But I think because it was online, there was a certain freedom, I think. Because I'm thinking, would it actually have gone that deep in Bethel with, certain people and walking past and you feeling like you have to maybe dilute what you're saying or control? It was just a level of rawness, which I think a lot of young people and older people just related to, and a lot of bonds, I'm sure, were broken that day. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think definitely with the Speak to the Speakers session, it really went there. That's all I can say about it. It really went there. It really did go there, rather. Go ahead, Derby.
Yeah, give a shout out to Donna because she won't say it on the live, but that was Donna's baby.
Expose.
That was Donna's baby, and unfortunately, Donna wasn't able to be the presenter that she is. Just look how amazing she looks.
Donna, do another 12. Do another 12, Donna. Let's see. Let's see.
Hang on.
It's a production now. Jeez.
There we go. No, but I tell you about my work. Thank you, Naomi. God bless you. Thank you.
In true team style, I'm like, I can't remember. Linford, you did present it, right?
Yeah, poor Linford. Oh, God.
But yeah, Speak to
the
was amazing.
Yeah,
so what happened in the background in the lead up, really doing and developing that. So yeah, shout out to Dons.
Thanks. Yeah, so what happened? So this is my worst moment, my worst thing, or
the thing that didn't go so well.
Well, it was just the fact that I was preparing to be a part of it. Actually, I tested positive for coronavirus, guys. So the very thing that we couldn't go to Bethel for, thing that was social distancing for, I had it. And at first I was just like, yeah, I'm going to relax because I've got no symptoms. But then it hit. And actually, to be honest, I did play it down a lot. I didn't want to tell people how unwell I was. But I was unwell. And that was quite hard because you want to be a part of it. So you've seen everyone working really hard. You've seen all the messages. And there's a sense of guilt, maybe, because, I think we're wired in that way, Niti, to like work really hard. And we are really hard workers, and to be a part of stuff and to see going on. And I wanted to do more, but I literally couldn't. So yeah, it was a pivotal moment for me, man.
Great stuff. Just 2 points I wanted to touch on. The first thing is, many people may not know this, and I want you to go through this. John, I'm going to give this to you. What is the Saturday crisis? What's the Saturday? You see, I don't know what this is. Crisis. I don't know what this is, but I know there's a Saturday crisis. What's that? Because from my perspective, everything went smooth. There was nothing wrong. Everything was as it should be. What's the Saturday crisis?
The Saturday crisis. Well, I think the fact that what you said, that everything from your point of view went smoothly. I think that's testament to, don't want to sound like I'm being big-headed, but the professionalism of this team and the hard work that everyone put in. I think this crisis, if we're going to call it that, was probably what I would consider my lowest point. And I was, during the course of the morning, I was out in the garden doing some stuff, and Tristan came with his phone and he said, "Have you seen this, Dad?" And when I saw what I saw, I thought, oh my days. And I just sent a message to Naomi and I said, "Tristan's just sent me this." So there was a couple of very quick Zoom phone calls, and we sorted everything out. So everything was seamless. We did have a situation which did threaten the broadcast, but we managed to pull it together. There was some very, very swift.
I'm laughing. Carolyn's come off mute because she's just like, I will tell you.
Carolyn, John's being very diplomatic with this. John's being too diplomatic. I was gonna press you, but
the video was blocked.
Let me explain this, because
Carolyn,
It was Carolyn's fault, basically.
It was.
It was Carolyn's fault.
It
See, I was gonna come on to teamwork and working together, and now, John, now you're gonna be.
It's all right.
I want to out Carolyn, but she's gonna out herself anyway.
Listen,
right.
and it wasn't actually. Do you know what? It's so difficult even trying to cast our minds back because there was so many things going on when we.
There's a lot of things going on that day.
Together. So, as you know, like I was one of the speakers, right? And as part of my session, we had. I wanted to have this clip with the snake and the bird. I think you might remember that on the Saturday. And so the idea.
You remember the snake and the bird?
It was actually visually included within the convention on the Saturday. So literally just before I was going to speak, you would have seen the clip on screen. And that, my friend, is why at the very beginning of my message, I was making reference to the clip because the clip was supposed to play. Now, this is what happened. Back office of all the editing and all of that sort of stuff is that when you are gonna upload a video, it goes through a particular process with YouTube, and they need to check that whatever you're uploading fulfills various different criteria. One of the criteria being stuff to do with copyright and all of that. So the clip that I used was from BBC Planet. I can't remember what it's called.
Blue
now.
Planet.
Blue Planet, which in fact I don't think it's actually called Blue Planet. It was.
Is it Planet Earth?
Do you know what? It's one with David.
7 worlds, 1 planet.
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth. Minanor, the 7 wonders or whatever. It was really good.
It's on Earth though. It's on Earth though.
Do you know what? Distraction. And that was the theme as well. So anyway, what happened was when we were uploading our precious video into the system, obviously we're wise. So we weren't leaving the uploads until the day itself. We actually did it in the week. For whatever crazy reason, there was nothing that came up in our pre-uploads to notify us that there was an issue. So we were riding all the way into the weekend under the impression that there was nothing wrong with this Saturday video. Until Saturday.
Is that why it got
the
pushed
day
back?
of convention, for some reason, that was when it was recognized by YouTube that we had something we shouldn't have. And what YouTube does is they basically pull down the whole entire video.
Not just, they can't really block out a section of the video. It's
No.
just everything that's.
And I need you to get to the level of stress why this was a crisis, because imagine the whole of what you saw on Saturday is one video comprising of all various videos that's been edited and put together as one. The whole entire thing gone on the day of convention. And it's not like when you're sending a video to your friend on WhatsApp where you just press send and someone gets it, you know, for within a few seconds or within a minute or whatever. Whenever you're going to upload a huge file like that, it takes time to render and then go on to the whatever the technical words are. So if you could just bring yourself into our position, we are on the day of convention on Saturday, and on the day itself, we've come into the knowledge hours before that we don't have a video to upload. Crisis mode. I mean, my phone was going insane. All the board's phone was just going insane. It was actually stressful. So we had to then think, what is the solution that is going to ensure that this video gets uploaded and it's not going to cause a disturbance to our wonderful flow of convention? Do you know what I mean? So we basically already, and this is just how great God is, we already had the idea to do this prayer session in response to the issues that was going on. I think this is very close to the time of George Floyd's. And there was just crisis already within us as a community. Yeah, we were just already really wondering what's going on. And so we decided we wanted to have this prayer session. We were going to have it later on in a time that was much closer to the original time that the convention was scheduled to be uploaded. But what we did was we moved the time up. Not that you guys were aware of all the reasonings, but we basically had to reconfigure our order to give us sufficient time for our editors, who you saw a few weeks ago on this Zoom, to now come with us, cut out the section on the Saturday and fasten everything back together to become a new one and upload that with sufficient time for it to go live on Saturday. I don't know. Only editors and technical people can appreciate the heart rate that's going on behind that.
Definitely.
So yeah, that was a crisis.
Definitely, because from my understanding, you'll then have to go back to the project that you're working in, take out that clip, render it, then export it, and then you have to upload it, which takes time. Your computer needs to be powerful to do that. But we already talked to the editors. We're not here to talk about the editors. But to be honest, thanks for that insight, because from my perspective, I just thought, oh, okay, they're gonna plan to do something else, and then convention will go. So do you know what? It's nice that that Saturday crisis was averted, and then we were able to have convention online on that Saturday. But coming to you, Shakina, lovely Shakina, yes, she's like that. I want to know from you. So walk us through, and anybody can pop in with this. And just before I mention the clip that was being mentioned before, it's come from a series called BBC Earth, the one with Sir David Attenborough. He is Sir David Attenborough, right? I didn't just knight someone myself. Can I do that? I can't do that. Yeah. The legal team say I can't do that. So Stakina, walk us through the planning process for the delivery of the online convention. What was that process like? I know it's mad. I know it's crazy, but walk us through it I know it was long, but shorten it for us and simplify it for us.
So just run that by me again. I was reading something that popped up.
No worries.
Confession's good for the soul.
So, and I'll ask that question after. So, walk us through the planning process for the delivery of convention. I know it was mad, I know it was crazy, but just walk us through that process.
I think so. Although we all work together as a whole board and a team, because you have like the children's sessions and the main sessions, we kind of form two sub teams almost, with everyone sort of contributing to both parts, but sort of different people heading it up. So for like children's ministry, after the board met and we agreed, myself, Linford, Lorraine, we met to figure out the same process that Naomi talks about that her and Carolyn had. How do we do this? And we followed a similar process by going, how does the session run normally? And then how can you recreate that online? I did a lot of research. I looked at, what some other churches were doing. Great time watching kids TV to try and figure out what would capture the minds and the attentions of children and keep them seated for that long. Because that's the thing, when you're delivering a session in person, and that's same for the main session with speakers, you can see whether or not people are getting it. You can see their reactions and you can feed off of that, you can change. One of the challenges about pre-recording content is if you hit the mark, you've hit the mark for the whole session. You can't take it back. People will switch off and there's physically nothing you can do to change that. So you really have to work hard to get into the mind of your audience, actually pretend you're doing sessions to the audience and then getting a reaction. So I guess one of the funniest things was, when I briefed the children's workers, I said, you need to make the sessions interactive. And they were like, but Shakina, I live in a house by myself for social distancing. How can I make a session interactive? And you go, ask questions. And they're like, no one's there to answer them. And you just say, pause, pretend, ask the question, pause, imagine in your head that you've got 20 kids shouting at you the answer and you have to tell that one to sit down and stop. Just imagine the scene and then sort of continue. And I think, Linford talks about the re-recording and the re-recording and then the re-recording and then there was more re-recording, because you have to make sure that what you do, it lands correctly. And like Linford said, we were watching the videos back and it was literally constant communication. So hence the 1,500 messages. Yeah, it was non-stop, just constant communication, working together to, does this work? Watching it back. The editors, so for the children's sessions, Marlon Plummer from Manchester and Nicole Lee, literally constant communication with the editors to say, show me what you've got. Is this working? What do we need to change? And then, a couple of days before convention, still having to re-record stuff because it doesn't quite work, or, we've changed the flow, or we've changed the story, or we need to reorder things. So it was literally a constant work in progress up until it was done. And then, as we said, it wasn't done then. So
No,
it wasn't over until that last week after convention and the last rebroadcast went out.
That sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. And do you know what? You mentioned something that that's related to the question that's been asked on YouTube. And I'm gonna throw this out to Linford. Linford. So the question was asked by Reverend David King. It says, having successfully delivered online ministry to children and youth, how about online training for youth leaders or ongoing forums for their continuous development? I just want you to weigh in on that. So I think what Reverend David King was asking, are there plans, and anyone else can join in with this, are there plans for ongoing training about how to deliver online ministry? I think that's the essence of the question.
Yeah, that's a brilliant question. Just before I answer that question, I just wanted to say, I think that video was strategically cut out of the convention, because I know for some people, the video that Carolyn had as a preamble to her sermon was possibly their lowest point for convention. I know one of our board members, no names,
yes, it was horrific.
Almost had a heart attack watching that video.
Thanks.
And I can't lie, I got a little bit shook when that spider turned into. Aye! That was
out of interest, just out of curiosity, rather, is that you, Shakina? Did you suffer at the hands of Carolyn's video choice?
That I can't take. One has 8 legs and one deceived Adam and Eve. And seeing them or hearing their names, I physically can't cope. So when I saw the video, like in my heart, I kind of knew something was off in it. But I kind of wanted to watch the video because, all of the posts were saying you have to watch the video to get the sermon. So I was trying to be obedient, but I couldn't sleep. Like literally, I think I'm messaging Carolyn.
Sleep, obedience.
Why? Just like, why? No. So anyone who wants to pre-record stuff, fluffy bunny rabbits, or I don't know, cuddly cute baby lion cubs is cool, but those other things just is a hard pass.
Spider snakes.
Spider snakes as a hybrid. No, we don't want to think about that. So yes, Linford. So the strategy
to answer the question, strategy. So I think one thing we've always been talking about as a board, since I think I've been on the board for about 4 years, and one thing that's always been on our hearts is that we are more than youth convention. Like, youth convention is something that we deliver, but we are responsible for the development and the discipleship of young people and the youth leaders for the whole year. And youth convention is just one platform that we have to highlight some of the things we're doing, to kind of speak into the young people. But we have to go throughout the year, and we want to continuously pour into our young people and our leaders. And so we have been meeting and thinking about strategy and kind of just redefining what the youth board does, and how we are ministering, and how we're working, and how we are continually effective outside of convention, outside of our big tentpole events, but on the day-to-day, how is it working on a district level, on a local level? And we definitely want to continue using online, because this is an amazing platform. Our heart is to continually keep training up our young leaders, developing young people into leaders, training the youth leaders themselves and the young people. Like, we've got to keep growing, continual professional development, or vocational development for our leaders, for the volunteers, those people who give so much time and effort working and laboring with the young people. We want to support them as a board, give them materials, and training and resources are underway. There are currently trainings, but sometimes not everybody can reach. But I think now we are shifting to this online method of thinking, where we can engage so much more people, we can be a lot more interactive, and it's a lot cheaper because no one has to travel anywhere. So that's an amazing question, Reverend David. That's exactly what we are doing and planning and working on and trying to, so there's training in place, but we want to develop it, we want to expand it, and also, you know, training up our young people as well, using these mediums, using these forums, like even some of these discussions and stuff we've had now, potentially continuing that into the future. Loads of different stuff that we have in the works to continue with that strategy of building up our young people, developing them into leaders, and supporting and the continual development of the leaders that are in place now.
Awesome, great stuff. It's great to hear that there is actually a strategy and a plan, and you are speaking and having meetings about, you know, how we go forward. And I'll touch on, you know, Convention 2021 in a little bit, but I just want to come to Naomi. So Convention has happened. Yes, you didn't expect it. You must be ready. Convention. Convention.
Every season.
It's Bible.
What's your question?
So the question is, Convention 2020 has happened, it's passed, you know, we had a great time. What advice would you give to someone who, you know, wants to do something similar?
Where? For national, for local, for you mean if someone wanted to do it in their own church?
So let's take local. Carolyn, I'm gonna give you the national option as well. So be ready. So locally, how can someone do something similar?
First of all, I'd say don't overcomplicate it. Like work with what you've got in-house. I think there's one thing to look at, like what we did, and actually, as much as we put in a lot of work and time, there's lots of other things that we could do with more time, which would have been like, so real live stream. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, because I'm just gonna put this in here. What I did think was funny.
What did you just do, Naomi?
What do you mean?
Carolyn went like this.
Oh yeah.
What just happened?
Did
we just break a story?
I didn't want them to start talking out any of the nuggets to come. That's all.
Oh no. I'm just gonna say, a lot of the speakers but not a lot of the speakers. The speakers I know got messages from people saying, "We're praying for you for that night," because they thought it was live. They thought that they were speaking from their homes live, which I loved, because I just thought, you know, how great. But actually they did it, like a week or 2 weeks before. So, but you know, it was just good. But what I wanted to say was that actually this was just an compilation of lots of different video clips, really and truly. And that's not to demean what the editors did at all, because there's a lot more work to it than that.
They did some great work.
Yeah, really amazing. And we've already shouted Rowan out in the chat. And you know what? Go to week 2, I think, of Making of Convention, and you can see everybody there. They deserve a lot of praise. But if you strip it back, and if you want to do it in your local church, it's okay. You can video landscape. I'm sure everybody knows about landscape in lockdown.
No. Please teach people about landscape, because
landscape.
You see some black bars.
No portrait, please. No portrait. No sound interference in the background.
Could you say that again? So just for those who came in late, in the back. The ushers were late to see them.
Any interference in the background. Find
Hallelujah.
a quiet space. And you can film on your phone with a decent camera. That's the other point.
So with a decent camera, are we saying, would it be, I'm gonna get in trouble.
All right, so no, let me put this into perspective. You'll know as well, Linde knows some of the back office stuff, but we wanted DSLR filming on some of the things. I don't think, particularly for the speakers, none of the speakers ended up doing that. They filmed on good quality phone cameras, and you watch that for 30 minutes plus. And good quality is not Nokia 3210, or we're not talking about that kind of camera. Actually, Nokia 3210 even have a camera.
No, not at all. That sounds like you've gone too far. You didn't have no camera then.
We're talking about is it what, 1090p? Correct me, Linford. Anyway, whatever that is, not Linford, Linde. Sorry, too many Lins.
Carolyn, Linde, Linford.
Carolyn.
Hey, that's the anointing. Come on.
Yeah, so stripping it right back and seeing what have you got. I know that there's a running joke that we always say, like, it's in the room, but what have you got in your house? Even if it's photography, and just be creative and look for the young people in your church who are creative, who can do this stuff. Yeah. And so I don't even know if that answered the question really about how to do it in your local church, but I think the main thing is don't overcomplicate it. You can film it on a good camera, make sure the content is reasonable, and I'm not going to spend more time. There we go.
Carolyn, just from a national perspective, just quickly,
Yeah, okay.
what advice if someone wanted to do this on a national platform?
So what I would say is, in addition to all the things that Naomi mentioned, is it does take planning. Yes. One thing we haven't mentioned, probably because just by mentioning it, it actually brings a shudder, but I'm just going to mention it very quickly. We had a briefing document of over 50 pages, and it was basically a document that had all things convention in it. So whilst you're talking about these different clips that everybody is filming, before you can even get to the point of the content being filmed, you've got to decide and establish that content. So you've got to think about what is the theme, what's the aim, and then how do you want to convey it? You know, is it going to be through the panel discussions? Is it going to be through a little interview? Is it going to be through song? Is it through speaker, poetry, dance, whatever? All the various different types of creativity. But you have to remember that people are watching on screen. And so it can't just be your normal service on screen. You want to try and capture as many different creative ways to engage people. So you may notice that even when you were watching, sometimes there might have been a little video clip explaining about a scripture in a creative way, just to kind of slot it in. Then you had like a little question, quiz moment, just all these different things that you kind of slot into the program to keep your audience attentive. And so to do that, you've got to really plan it by scene, day by day, all of that. So to do it on a national level, I would say the ingredients are very much similar. The only difference maybe is that we've got access to that much more people to source than maybe in your small local vicinity. But a key thing to me is just quality and standards. No matter what you've got in your hand, if it's going to be online, you've got to think that somebody in the US, in Australia, somewhere else is going to be accessing that, and it's a representation of not just your church, but of your whole entire denomination and the body of Christ. So make it excellent.
Definitely. And you know what? And you know, anyone can come in here and agree, and hopefully not disagree, but the use of, you know, internal talent in terms, you know, in terms of dancers, in terms of scripture readers, everything that went on, it came from within our church. So I just want to know, I don't know if you're allowed to reveal this, but you know, what's being done to kind of, you know, utilize and hone the talent that we have in our church. Is there anything being done to do that, to identify the talent that we have and to put it to good use and to promote? Go on, Naomi. Anyone can answer.
This is a good time. Andre Jardine is in the chat. So he's on Google. He's on the YouTube chat at the moment, and I think it's quite poignant you asked that question, because there is a big call out at the moment for creatives across the whole of the UK to fill out the National Skills Audit. Now I speak to myself because Andre will be like, "Why have you not done it yet?"
How can they access that? How can they access that skills audit? Because we saw just a snippet.
The Young Levites alias will send put the link in. But that is a great way to identify yourself, and just the skills that you have in regards to creative arts ministry. I think that's probably the simplest answer to that question.
Yeah, Yeah, because I think speaking just speaking for myself, I wanted to get involved in, you know, what we were doing. I thought that it was different. I thought it was very, very unique. And I think a lot of people are seeing all of these things happen, not just now, but before when we had our conventions at Bethel, and are wondering, oh, how can I be a part of that? How can I get involved and stuff like that? And I think, you know, there's not that, I wouldn't say not that opportunity, but there's not that know-how about how to, you know, be a part. So
The other
definitely
way,
fill out the,
yeah,
pardon?
fill out the skills audit. I guess that's new. The other way is that we're always looking at what people do locally. We want to see that evidenced locally. People are, oh, you just choose the people that you know. Not necessarily. No. We choose the people that we see are serving locally because we see their fruit.
What kind of voice was that, Novi? Any people that you know. No, but
That
tell
is
the
the
truth.
order. That's the order for us as a church. Is that usually you do something locally, then you do something on a district level, and then you do something nationally.
It's that simple.
It really is.
And the final point is we do ask youth leaders to tell us as well. So we always put that ask out, or ask if you're from the South.
Ask. No, it's ask.
It's ask.
No, it's we're not gonna get into this. We're not gonna get to this. I just about missed the whole iPhone versus Android thing, and oh no, I brought it up. No, yeah, myself and Carolyn had it out. No.
Leave it alone.
I ain't saying nothing. Apart from the fact that my message was recorded on a Samsung and it looked fine.
Oh God.
John said to leave it alone, and I will never argue with a man with a hat like that. He changed the hat. Did anyone notice that John changed the hat? Did anyone notice? Is it just me? Okay.
I think it was Sister Adeline said there was a new choir song. So it was time for John's costume change.
Hey.
That's out of order.
Hey. Do you know what? John, I wanna come to you because
no, man.
You said no. It's safe. This is a safe space.
That's what I'm worried about.
No, but you're on the youth board. You were previously, you know, in charge of the mass choir. But just taking it back, how did you come on to be on the youth board? What was that like? Did you receive a call? Was it a briefcase? Did a man in a briefcase and some sunglasses come and say, John, you are the one. You are the chosen one. What's the process?
What's the process?
Yeah, how does one become a member of the youth board?
I think with anything. So even with what we've just been talking about, you know, creatives and people getting involved, it's it stems from what you're doing in your local church and how you're serving, what you're doing, your commitment. And I'm always gonna major on that. If you're not committed to your church, don't expect to be on a national platform doing anything. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I've been part of my church and doing youth work for a very long time. I actually sat just at the start of this broadcast and I thought, how long have you been doing this again, John? And I've actually been doing this for about 40 years in one form or another. So, and I started off as a Sunday school teacher, I was reading stories to the baby class. And that's where I started at the age of, no, I'm not going to say it. But when I started, I was still a teenager when I started doing this. And I've served and I've just been faithful in my local church. There came a point when I became a DYD. You know, I was
What's a DYD for those who don't understand the lingo? District Youth Director. Okay.
Yes. So, you know, there came a point when I took on that role and I did that for a period of time. Served on the choir, sang on the mass choir from the age of 18. Then appointed to work with Brother Andrew as associate. And then when Andrew stepped down, I was asked to take it on. And I carried on serving through that. And then Reuben King did contact me one day and say, I'm putting you forward. I'd like you to be, to join the National Youth Board. Over a period of time, some discussions and things, I then got a letter from the administrative bishop to say, we are inviting you to join the National Youth Board. And thinking back on that, that was about 10 years ago. So I've been on the National Youth Board since then. But it for me, it's all about the fact that I've been serving and just serving consistently and faithfully in my local church, doing what I do. And as far as I'm concerned, I've just been doing what I do. Directing the choir is that's what I love to do. Working with young people, spending time with young people, that's what I do. So that's what I've been enjoyed, and I've just done what I've been called to do, to be honest with you. And I think, that's one of the important things, I think, again, is that if I'm serving in this capacity, I've got to have been called to do it. And I do believe that, I was called to work with young people. When I sought the Lord about what I was supposed to do in his church, he said, serve my young people. That's what he told me to do. So that's what I've been doing. So that's my calling. And I don't think that you can be of any benefit in any particular role if you haven't been called to do it. So unless the Lord has called you and anointed you specifically to do that, don't look for it. Find what is meant to be your ministry and do that thing. Don't push up yourself into other things. I remember Bishop Bolt preached a sermon in my church one time, and he said, there was a woman that went to her pastor, and this woman was a gossip, but she went to the pastor and said, I believe the Lord is calling me to be a counselor. And the pastor said,
counsel who?
Find another ministry. That's not your ministry, sweetheart. And I think that we have to know what our ministry is and walk in whatever the Lord has called us to do. Don't say, Carolyn's the leader of front, and I don't want to do that. But the Lord didn't call you to do that. The Lord called you to be a Sunday school teacher. Teach Sunday school. Don't run up yourself and try to direct a choir, because it's not going to happen. Or even if I take my bad self and put you in that position, it's not going to come to anything, because that's not what you're doing. There.
Definitely.
That's the question,
definitely. More than enough. More than enough. Just to tie it all in, stay in your lane. It sounds direct and it sounds mean, but it's not said with any. It's not said with, exactly. It's not said with any venom, because I can't do what Naomi does. I can't do what Donna does. Now Carolyn cannot do what I do. Because I think it's. God has graciously blessed us with talents and gifts and the ability to do different things. So definitely find what you, and we haven't even got time to go into like how to find or whatever. But I'm gonna come to you, Lorraine. It's a good thing that you unmuted yourself. The spirit's right. Yes. So we're gonna end in a little while. And I'm gonna come to you first, Lorraine, and I hope I can get some nuggets out of this. I'm gonna press people. Trust me. Convention 2021. Convention 2021. It's what? It's July, the best month of the whole year. Convention 2021. What does that look like? What can you give us? Something anything. A poster, a song list.
Caroline, help.
So
We need to seek the Father.
Just to interject here to help. So Lorraine is actually crossing over this year. When I say crossing over, as in she's stepping out of being on the National Youth Board into the next chapter. So Lorraine can't speak about 2021 in terms of National Youth Board. She might be able to speak about 2021 in terms of Lorraine.
Go on, Lorraine. Let's get the insert of your book that you're writing.
I can say that for all of you that love football like me and watch Match of the Day, 2021 will be like Liverpool winning the Premier League.
Oh God.
That's what it's going to look like.
Different things to different people.
Going to be amazing. Going to be amazing. I can't say because, but I know whatever they do, like I said, the team, Shakina and Linford and the rest of the children's ministry, we've had a taster this year and, it was great. But next year, it's just going to absolutely blow everyone apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably still do a little teaching or something and sing my song I made up to Match of the Day, theme tune, yeah. But yeah, be good.
You know what? Because of time, I'm not gonna be tempted to go there. Because of time, I'm not gonna be tempted. What I need you to do, Lorraine? What I
He's
need
taught
you
it
to
to me
do?
as well.
What I need you to do? Could you film that? Could we do something with that? You know, don't mention Liverpool because that's not gonna happen. Sorry, wasn't meant to go there. Chelsea. Anyway, thank you so much for that, Lorraine. Thank you so much for that. I'm gonna pass this question over to Linford.
Yep.
So, Convention 2021, and I'm going to press you. Give us something. What does that look like? And anything.
I think we have seen, we've just stepped through the door. Like, Convention 2020 was amazing, praise the Lord, but we had the limited time to kind of do it. And I think for the 2021, we're thinking convention, but beyond, we're thinking holistically. We're thinking the whole person, just as David said about training and developing our leaders. We want to be training, developing our young people. So Convention 2021 will be an outflow of that. We will be using all the resources at our disposal. We are looking to be like bringing up those new voices, those new ministries, those new talents, and we really want to be including the young people. We had limited time for this convention, so obviously we had limited scope to kind of go out there and gather all the voices of the young people, but our heart is really for the voice of the young people to be heard, those skills, those talents to be at the forefront, and we want to continue nurturing that. And beyond just convention, we're here, we've got strategy for how we teach and help our young people to do life, and how we are walking alongside our leaders to be able to demonstrate that and to pour into their young people. It's got to be more than just a convention, and we you know, great things happen this year, but it's got to be more than that. Like, what happens when the cameras turn off? You know, when you shut off YouTube, we've got local churches that need support and districts that need. We are here to support these amazing young people, our amazing leaders, and just see the kingdom advance. There you go. I managed to answer the question without answering the question. God is good. Amen.
I'm glad you realized that you answered the question without answering the question. Linford, all throughout that, I was thinking, yes.
But you're not supposed to say that.
Okay. How about this question? Can you announce anything for this year, 2020, in terms of youth? Anything for this year, 2020? Can anyone answer anything for this year, 2020?
Can for the children.
Can we?
Sorry, I just saw a message pop up. I'll leave someone else to talk about that. But for the children, if you want your children to be involved, if you want to know what's happening with the National Children's Ministry Department, then you need to join our mailing list. Hopefully someone has the link and they can put it in the chat. But if we were doing quarterly mailings at the moment, so everyone who signed up after convention got a mailing in June. The next one will be for the summer, so just a little bit shorter than 3 months. But the next one after that will be for the winter. So yes, sign up to the National Children's Ministry mailing list and you will know what is happening with the kids.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Linford, that is how you answer the question. This is what we are.
I can answer this question. We got Youth Academy 2020 coming up in October.
Talk about Youth Academy 2020 coming up in October. What can you tell us about that? We know it's called Youth Academy.
Youth Academy 2020. The theme is the blueprint. We'll be kind of continuing along kind of the same theme of the Genesis, where it was Genesis, the initial book of the Bible where God laid down like the blueprint for humanity, how he created us to be. We're going to be like, how do we get back to that blueprint? Get back to where are we, and how do we get back to that initial blueprint that God has designed us to be in a life that lives out and reflects what God has called us to be and how he designed us to be. So it's going to be online. Praise the Lord. We're going to be using all these new resources. It's going to be good. It's going to be different. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be new. And again, we want to be, it's going to be inclusive, interactive, and everyone getting on board and coming together. I'm excited about it. There'll be information coming soon. There'll be promo coming soon. You'll be seeing some stuff. So Youth Academy 2020 online, the blueprint.
Great stuff.
There won't be any bench ball though, I'm afraid.
John, please talk about bench ball. Please talk about the long-standing rivalry between
bench
attendees.
Bench ball is the best. And it's the best because the youth leaders,
where are you going with this?
pretty
John?
much almost always.
So where are you going with this?
There was a blip. There was a blip in 2018.
Oh yeah.
I was injured.
A blip in 2018, and it was because Shakina was injured. Yeah, but we are consistent in beating the young people at benchball, and we are undefeated, apart from 2018.
That's not really undefeated.
As far as I'm concerned, it's undefeated.
I'm undefeated because I didn't play in 2018. So
there you go. So yeah, that counts. Yeah.
Shakina's the MVP. I really want something about 2021. I don't feel I've gotten much
tell you, Lindsay, is
out
that
of
convention
people.
will be happening in 2021. That is something, you know, that we can say with, you know, confidence, because we've seen, even if the world changes,
Shakina,
the National Youth Board has your back.
Shakina,
and we will do something amazing that blows you away
Amen.
and blesses your heart.
Hallelujah.
Leads
Yes.
you to
He is
Christ,
worthy.
builds you up
Praise
in the
him.
faith. Hallelujah. Amen.
Great is the
Yeah.
Lord and greatly to be
Amen,
praised.
amen.
Shakina, I just think it's funny how convention is happening. Okay, Carolyn, 2020. Can you give me something? If you give me something, I will say right now. Well, I will consider saying right now about how the Android phone's camera is actually. No, I can't say it. I'm sorry.
Far superior. I'll say it.
I can't do it.
Talk about 2020. You said 2020.
2021. 2021. 2021.
So this is
2021.
the statement. This is the statement from the National Youth Board.
And we will dissect the statement as
you
such.
can dissect this statement. You can expect to see from this point onwards more online presence from the National Youth Board in various different aspects. We, as you heard near the beginning, are strategizing. We are putting plans in place because we're listening to you guys and using that as a way to springboard us into the sea of content. And so you will see aspects of that sea through various online presence emerging from the board between now and henceforth. That goes beyond 2020. It goes into 2021, 2022, 2020. You know, you're just going to see more of us online. That's the official statement. Obviously, truth be told, nobody knows what the rules are going to be for 2021. However, irrespective of those rules, we have exercised our online presence this year, and we like the exercise, and we know you like the exercise. So you will see more online presence between now and henceforth.
Amen.
So what I've gathered from that, and there will be convention in 2021, God willing.
Yeah.
We talked about seeing and sees. We've talked about exercising. The gyms have opened up. Hallelujah.
You know what's really important is between now and henceforth, as we keep talking about henceforth. Between now and henceforth, people, specifically our young people, get active, okay? Like, start to stir up those things. No more excuses. The excuses are so dead and boring. God has given you something in your hand, in your head, in your heart. Do something with it. Because when you are asking us those questions about being involved in certain things, I said already, if we can't see you locally, district, the national's a myth. Because that's the order. Faithful over a few, ruler over many. So yeah, get into what God has given you. That's what I really think is important to encourage people. Don't just sit on the fringes watching. Just start. Yeah. It will help us.
Just start and do.
Sorry, I'd say add to that, be creative. I mean, right now the season is amazing. You've got amazing ideas. Go to your church leadership and share them. Because if you implement things that work, you can bring that to your youth leaders who can bring it to us. And we can replicate more of those successful elements that have been happening in your local churches and on your districts. And I think one thing to say is, I know with the online services, with the online convention. Some people who've never actually taken part in a physical convention, whether through nerves, whether because there's so many people looking at them, this opens a platform up to so many different types of people with different skill sets and interests. So serve where you are, be creative where you are, and then bring that to us, and we'll see what we can make happen.
Do you know, that's a very good place to end this live. Serve where you are, be creative, get out there, stir up the gift, definitely. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for making time just to be on this Zoom call. No, YouTube call, because on YouTube as well. I'm on Zoom. We're on YouTube. But thank you so much for allowing me to interview you, even though you didn't answer my question about 2021, Linford. I'm not calling your name. Yes, I did. No, but it's been insightful. It's been a pleasure actually to be a part of this live. I actually personally I didn't know how crazy you all were. I wasn't prepared for this. I had the questions, but I wasn't prepared for Carolyn. I wasn't prepared for Shakina. Is that how we're gonna say your name from now on? Are we? Is that what we're doing? Are we?
Shakina. Thank you.
Shikinai? Or is that plural? No? What's the
No.
Latin?
Naomi.
What's the Greek?
Naomi.
Naomi? Okay, so
You're getting muted, Lorraine.
we are gonna wrap up now.
Time to wrap up.
We are gonna wrap up.
It's all right, Naomi. It's all right.
Forever.
Do you know what?
Naomi. From now
Here's-
till henceforth, Naomi.
Can we say the benediction, please?
I don't want to say the benediction. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's a
So-
bold
No
joke.
star.
It wasn't me.
Out there.
It weren't me. I didn't do it.
I didn't do it.
John, you've been playing up. You've been playing up.
No, I've been good.
What is good?
I've been circumspect.
He changed the word. Okay.
Change the word.
But he changed the word. But Carolyn, Shakina, Lorraine, John.
Naomi.
Naomi.
Can I just say, Lorraine's been speaking Welsh all through this.
Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what?
We
Your name
remember
is.
nothing.
Do you know what? That
But
may
you know
be
what,
true.
Lindsay, so
That may be
so that the
true.
right impression goes out. You know, this board, in the same way that we are, you know, having loads of giggles and laughs and everything, I can promise you that we've had the most powerful moments. Also, every time we meet together, you know, before we even go into agenda, we are praying, we are seeking the Lord, and God is responding. And we are having very powerful moments. So this what you're looking at is a facet of a very highly, wonderfully cut diamond, you know. So yeah. Just want to put that out there so you don't think we're like a bunch of jokers.
No, but the thing is, you are, but you get the work done, and you're. Can I just say? I'll use my own phrase. Seriously funny. I think you could
like it.
you could really sum up in that. But thank you again. I keep getting it. So Carolyn, okay. Lord help me. Help me. Shakina, hallelujah. Lorraine, John, Linford. By the way, Linford, I like the glasses. Personal favorite. I like the lens. I like the lens. It just works. It just works. Just where's the mask? Where did the masks go? What are we doing? Oh, there we go. Donna Brown, Donna, can we just do one last 12 for the Saints? One last 12. One last 12.
Where are
There
you?
we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And
Don't do it.
then I need to think about the consequences.
Thanks.
Naomi. Anyway, Naomi. I'm sorry, Naomi. But thank you so much for being a part of this live. Also to you on YouTube. You've been here with us. For those who are just watching, and you're not part of the family, subscribe and turn
Thank you,
on
guys.
the notifications.
Lovely to have you.
Thanks, guys.
Subscribe and turn on the notifications. We're almost at 1,000. I was gonna say at a bag. That's not. We're almost we've almost reached 1K. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Now you can actually do it right now. Press that button. No, I know you probably press the button and press the bell beside it so that you can get a notification whenever we're live or whenever we've posted new videos on the Young Levites platform. But again, thank you from me, Linde. It's been great having you on the live, everybody. Thank you for watching. And yeah, have a great evening. Have a great evening. Bye-bye. Come on, let's say bye to everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
God bless you. Good night.
God bless.
Thank
Bye.
you for
Good night.
watching.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
North
you,
Star.
guys.
God bless
Bye,
you.
mask.
Bye, mask. Bye,
North
mask.
Star.
Bye, mask.